We have 3 finger exercises. For each of these exercises, I want you to apply these principles. 1, be sure that you're holding your pick with your first finger and thumb only, keeping your hand open and relaxed. I like to stay in touch with the body of my guitar or these lower strings. It helps me to develop eyesight just by touch and feel. There's nothing wrong with looking at what you're doing, but you don't want to have to be glued with your vision there. With your right hand, you want to use the tips of your fingers to the best of your ability. You want to always be as close to the fret without being right on top of it. Keep your fingers curved. So apply this to all 3 finger exercises. Now the first finger exercise uses the following fingering: 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Notice I'm laying my fingers down as I go. You don't want to one that allows for too much noise. Gives you open strings. There's no control. The further you pick your fingers up, the further they have to come back down. That inhibits speed, clarity, accuracy. So you want to lay your fingers down as you go on this first exercise. If you're a beginner and you're starting, it's going to feel like a real stretch to get as close to the fret as possible, lay your fingers down, keep your fingers curved. It's a lot to remember. So you want to watch this video for these reminders, because you don't want to think that you have it and then practice this wrong. Okay? So I'm going to give you an example of how to play this first exercise. I won't play the entire thing because you're going to work your way all the way up to the 12th fret, 1 fret at a time, and then all the way back down. Here's how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. Now we're going to scoot up 1 fret. And again, scoot all the way up to that fret as close as you can without being on top of it. And we're going to come down going 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to talk about a major scale. The major scale is kind of like our number system. If we're dealing with mathematics, our number system is based on tens. A major scale is based on a whole, half step. Now a whole step is 2 frets, and a half step is 1 fret. So if you look on the diagram, you'll see all the way up 1 string, I start on any note and I go up a whole step, another whole step, and a half step, whole, half. And I'm exactly an octave higher than where I started. I start and end on the same note, 1 octave higher. This can also be played, instead of all the way up 1 string, across the neck of the guitar. Now we're going to look at the cage system. If you look at a piano visually, you can see a major scale in every chunk all the way up. 2 black notes, 3 black notes, 2 black notes, 3 black notes, all the way. When you look at a guitar, it's a little harder to see visually what's going on. So the cage system allows us to do that. Now, we've talked about the fact that we have open chords, where the nut is the bar, and we have bar chords, where we use our first finger to make the bar. When we use the cage system, we'll have to do a combination of that. But the cage system is mainly to create a visualization of the neck of the guitar and all of your chord possibilities. Now we're going to look at our bar chords. I said that in our cage system we had 5 chord forms, C, A, G, E, and D. Of those 5 chord forms, if I'm going to move up and down the neck, my E form and my A form are the most usable. They make up what are known as our bar chords. This would be an E form, it looks like an E chord. looks like I just took my first finger and took the place of this nut when I play an E chord down here. I can move it all the way up the neck, one fret at a time. Each fret gives me a different chord. There's an E, an F sharp, a G. Remember, this is a G chord, A flat, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, and so forth. That gives me, knowing one chord form, that gives me 12 new chords that I can play. Yes, you do have to build up some hand strength. You have to be able to get this bar to work. A couple little tricks. If you bring your elbow in, roll back just slightly towards the bone, it'll give you some leverage. It also makes these fingers stand up, makes these fingers longer. And don't worry about every single string ringing. We're going to look at our Root 6 minor pentatonic in its basic form, and then we're going to expand it. Look at the expanded form and the expanded form with triplets. So let's take the key of A, just because it's a nice general area of the guitar. And that way up here where the fingers are cramped, or way down here where there's a little bit more space. But let's just start in the key of A, which is on the 5th fret. And let's refresh and play the basic version of this. Now, fingering is so important, all right? Using 1st and 4th. Then here we use our 1st and 3rd. Back to 1st and 4th. Okay? 1st, 4th, 1st, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 1st, 4th, 1st, 4th. Finger per fret is generally the rule. Now that's when we're practicing. I also want to look at the Root 5 minor pentatonic. 1st, 4th, 1st, 4th, 1st, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 4th, 1st, 4th. Finger per fret. It's really important that you play these. It's a great finger exercise, and it's how they need to be played. 4, 1, 4, 2. I should say it's how they need to be practiced. 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1. So play that back and forth. You got it 10,000 times. And we're going to expand it. This time we move these two notes. 1st, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, slide up. 1st, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, slide up. 1st, 3rd. 3, 1, 3, 1, slide down with your last 4 pages. Lay out basic chord construction. Instead of just giving you the dots and where the fingers go, you're going to see a major scale next to the chord with the notes in number form. I'd like to take a look at Hey Joe. And we'll look at the open chords first, and then we'll look at the bar chords. C, G, D, A, E7 sharp 9. Riff, E7 sharp 9. Now, when I play my C, I'm going to hit my root, which is the 5th string and strum, G, root, 6th string and strum, D, root, which is the 4th string and strum, to A, 5th string and strum, to my E string open while I make my E7 sharp 9. Then I play this riff.